another video about prepping. Have you guessed? So yeah, in today's video we're talking about a small little luxuries. Again, I'll just say this is a luxuries, kind of the things that are applicable to myself and my family. In your instance, things potentially will be different, but I just thought I'd get through to you, and if you have any ideas or get any ideas from that, then it's great. If you don't, then you don't. So basically we're talking about the luxury items that are not per se they're luxury, but luxury in terms of preparedness and how much the things cost. And when things are really, really tough, sometimes we need that little something to cheer us up. And I did mention things before, like little sweets and that kind of thing, but this is slightly bit on a, not a bigger scale, but a little bit more expensive scale. And again, it's applicable to our family, to what we like. The first thing I will start is the panettone. I absolutely love this stuff. I don't know, it really makes me laugh, right? At the moment, because we are in November, and there's a lot of this coming out in a lot of the shops, including like TK Maxx, they're slightly dearer. Tesco's do them, Lidl do them, and they're not particularly cheap. I think the TK Maxx ones, you're looking $7.99 upwards, and I think Tesco's, I think that was like $4.99, and Lidl do them at £4. They come in different sizes, different flavorings. They are absolutely brilliant, and it makes me laugh because panettone initially is Italian like cake, and they do them for Easter. Around Easter time you'd be hard pushed to find them, and yet for some reason this country brings them out in December, when it's totally not relevant to when they actually designed to be eaten. But anyway, it's a different story. Anyway, those things are great, right? I've been buying them every year. I absolutely love them, and the price of those things gone up quite a lot. I remember buying them in Booker's just before Christmas. They were like £2.50, and you can get them in a metal tin, which was quite pretty, and you can use the tin for storing stuff. Now I can't see this, and obviously the prices have gone up. They are basically a bread base. It's like a brioche bun with either filling or fruit and nuts, whatever the ones you pick. They already have like 7-8 months date on them. However, I've had my panettones like 6-7 months past the date. The worst thing that happens is they just go a little bit stale. I haven't had them going moldy. I haven't left them probably long enough, but for something to me, they will say I get like 1.5 years out of each thing if I choose to keep it and not to eat it. I think that's absolutely brilliant. I've bought a couple now. I will sit on them for a little bit, but I'll have them in the cupboard. I won't eat all of them basically. I'll leave them until next year and see what's going to happen in the spring with all the products. But basically it's a good substitute for bread because you don't have to do anything with it. If bread disappears off the shelf, unless you bake your own bread, you have your bread baker, or you do this manually, there is no really such substitute. There's a long life substitute for bread apart from pre-baked baguettes, but even though they do have like 3-4 months time, but they do actually go moldy. This stuff will last, and if you just cut it up and you eat it for breakfast, it's just amazing. But it is a luxury purely because of the price. Next thing is kind of relevant, but I would go for Christmas puddings. I don't know if you guys in America or different countries have them, but this is basically a really heavily fruited fruit cake, and they last for ages, as you all know. They have gone in price again, of course, quite a lot. I remember picking them up a few years back for the little ones for like 80 something pence. Now they're £1.25 an Asda. But basically it's really high calorific item. So it's sweet, it's got a lot of calories, and it does have a bit of vitamins, whatever is in there. Not a lot, but it does anyway. So for something for long-term storage, for something if you do want something sweet, you want to sort of bulk it up. It's not for the end of the world scenario type thing, but the last, again, it could sit there for 2 years, 3 years. It'd probably be absolutely fine. I've eaten a cake so far, I don't know, bought one on sale at Christmas and ate it sometime like a year and a half after. It was absolutely fine because you cook it. Again, my opinion, this is what I did. Doesn't mean you have to or should do. But anyway, that lasts a long time. I'm moving on. I like to talk if you don't notice. Another thing is relevant is like Reggie rolled icing. I know it sounds a bit dodgy, but if you've got children, just imagine if you can't get out of the house for whatever reason, we're locked down, blah, blah, blah. You can't get out, somebody's birthday coming up, you can use one of them. Or if you bake your own cake, you can bake your own cake. And it's just a little thing to have in the back. So if you do want to decorate the cake, you've got something handy. For all of you maybe who already bake a lot, you probably have a lot of it anyway. But for me, I don't, but I'll have a couple of those things spare just in case I choose to make a cake or I have to make a cake, so I'll have that ready. All right. Next thing, again, it's sweet stuff. It's not particularly luxury, but chocolates, right? Because we have a toddler and she does like chocolate. And if you have children, you know, sometimes understanding to trying to get child to understand it when they want to have something and they can't because you don't have it, it's very impossible. So she likes chocolate. She doesn't eat it all the time, but when she wants it, she wants it. And I want to be able to give this to my child. So again, not saying I can't get chocolate or won't be able to get chocolate. However, I like to have this stocked a little bit up in my cupboard just in case we can't go out, or I don't want to go out, I'm not feeling well, or if we lock down again for whatever. I just want to have it on hand. If she wants a chocolate, she can have it, because I don't want to go and have half a day explaining to a toddler why she can have a chocolate because mommy doesn't have it. So there we are. Right, next thing I have is nuts. Nuts are not cheap. It depends what kind of nuts you like. Some nuts are cheap, some not. I absolutely like pine nuts. I love to add them to the salad, and I like to make pesto. I grow my own basil, and I do buy pesto. Don't get me wrong, it's so much cheaper to buy pesto than to make your own pesto. Although the pesto you buy, haven't seen pine nuts, they use substitutes. I like to have some. Again, it's total luxury, but I get them. So this one was from Aldi, and I think it was £2 a pack, and this is like 60 grams. So it's like stupid. So I can't stock up a lot. I refuse to pay that much money for something like this, but I love it. I will have a couple and happy days. And then I have some other nuts in bulk that you buy. Again, it's just there if you want to bake with them, whatever you do with nuts, or just to have a snack. Again, buying a bulk, normally quite a bit cheaper, but not when it comes to pine nuts, because it's like a lot of money. Right, another thing, it's dried mushrooms. Porcini mushrooms are so expensive, but oh my god guys, if you ever tried dry mushroom and to make a risotto from that, it's absolutely amazing. They're worth like a lot to buy them, but I found them, I don't use a lot of them purely because of the price, but they keep pretty much for, not say forever, but they keep a very long time if they're stored properly. If you like mushrooms as well, they're quite strong and they give amazing taste to anything. So all things for me, because we've got a lot of rice and pastas, they are just indispensable in my pantry. But again, can't afford to buy a lot, but I'll have some for a rainy day if I really feel like I need to cheer myself up. They come in a little packet, so you can buy big packets, whatever you choose to. Right, okay. Another thing, again, just my personal opinion, my personal choice. This is a little pate. I think it's a Polish one. It came from, I believe, that was Asda. You know, when they have a different countries, and I said to sometimes look out for stuff that sometimes things are cheaper there per volume that you buy. This is pate, and I think they were 50p, so quite a lot considering it's pate. It's not a lot you can do with it apart from putting it on a toast or cracker, but because they've got, this one's got end of 2024, so it's a long shelf life. For 50p is not a lot there, but 50p it's kind of not a lot nowadays. But I love pate, and if I want to have this on toast or cracker as a snack, it's a good choice for me. So again, for me. And now last but not least is booze. Again, as I said to you guys, this is only applicable to us and probably many of you. However, booze, it's very important in our family. I do like to have a bottle of 1 or 2 during the week. My husband likes to have beer, and of course we are partial to a cocktail or 2. So again, this is a thing that we're not talking stockpiling per se, because obviously everything costs quite a lot of money, and you can't really stockpile beer because beer has quite a short expiry date. You might get like 3-4 months or 6 months maybe out of that, unlike obviously wine and spirits. Again, I'm bringing it back to the pandemic stuff and the Brexit time. We've been threatened before with the beers and ciders, because apparently there's a shortage of tin and pubs couldn't get enough beer because the tin wasn't available. So although per se we haven't actually seen, I don't think, shortages of the alcohol on the shelves, but here we are. So if you like your beer, yeah, if you can afford to, then stock up a couple. Not huge, as I said, not huge amount you can do because of the date anyway. Wine, again, we all heard Brexit and we're going to not have a wine, and you're not going to be able to import the wine, or our wine's going to go through the roof, or the prices. Yes, wine has increased in price, but I haven't seen shortages of wine. We're, strangely enough, we actually make wine in the UK, but you don't really hear or see it on the shelf as such. But anyway, couldn't live without the stuff, so I always make sure I have some, and because it does last for a while. When I mean stocking up on wine, I don't mean let's buy 6 bottles, because they only last me for maybe, months or so, or God knows. Anyway, I'm talking like let's buy wine, let's have wine. I don't have a cellar. I would love a cellar, but I don't have one. But I like wine, and I have and we'll have a lot of it. And obviously the spirits, guys. The spirits are really important for many things, like whether it be in the whiskey or vodka or anything really that you drink. It's one of those things that if you do like a tipple anyway, of course you probably have this anyway, but to have sort of few bottles there because they could be used as a disinfectant, many things they can do that could help with. For me, they help, like I mentioned before, help to thin my blood and get some blood flow through my hands for my low circulation problem that I have anyway. So it's basically, yes, and they're luxury, guys, luxury because of the prices. So here we are. I think hopefully that covered it all. Again, say this one more time, this is relevant to me. You guys will have different things that you call yourself luxuries. So if this video helped you at all to be able to stock up anything out of there, get you an idea, then it's great. If that didn't help you, then I'm sorry, but I have plenty of other videos, so keep an eye out. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, thumbs up, tick the little bell for any new notification of videos, and I hopefully see you again very soon. Bye bye.